Look at this. There's just so much food left over. Okay. So I haven't seen that many people before either. Yet alone sharing the same meal. You know, I haven't seen such thing. Those people back there, they say there were around 5,000 men alone. Now, that's not including the women and children. Now, including them, I'd say there'd be about at least 10,000 people. Or more. I'd say there'd be more. Just seems so unreal. Oh, sorry. I should back up a bit. I'm just so excited, you know. When Jesus really wants to teach you something, he does it in a big way. So, anyways, we just gone from different towns here and there, just preaching to them. And Jesus had given us just a power to heal, you know. And, of course, with much prayer. So we're on this incredible high, and you know, we're just all so exhausted from preaching. And so, of course, Jesus suggested, hey, we should go to a different town, a little town maybe, just to rest up. So he suggested, hey, we should go to my hometown, Bethsaida. And at that time, we got onto a boat and we started to go to my hometown, Bethsaida. But I think at that time, you know, a group of people just overheard us, and they just began to just go to different towns and just spreading the word there. And then by the time we got there, it was just like this enormous crowd. It was big. These people, it seemed like they were helpless sheep without a God can heal their sick, and they started to preach. And of course, as he kept preaching and preaching for hours, these people, they were listening to him. Like, they were really hungry. They were hungry for his word, you know? And while they were hungry for his word, of course, they were also physically hungry. And at that time, it was just really different because these people, they stayed there while listening to him. And of course, when Jesus finished his message, he just came over to us and he said, where shall we buy bread for these people? And before I could even say a thing, one of the other disciples back there, he said, send them away to different surrounding towns and villages for food and lodging. This place is just too remote. And Jesus replied, saying, we do not need to send them away. You give them food to eat. Well, you know, I'm Philip, and I sort of agreed, and I added my 2 cents, and I said, 8 months' wages would not be enough to buy food for each person to have one single bite. Well, you know, I'm standing here, and Jesus, he just stared at me, saying nothing, with a blank stare. And it's those moments where you really regret what you just said. And these were those moments. And so Andrew came up. While I'm standing here, Andrew's right beside me, and Jesus is still standing there, saying nothing. Andrew goes, here's a little kid with 5 small barley loaves and 2 fish. But how far will it go among so many? Well, you know, that time when he gave me a blank stare, he did the same thing with Andrew. A blank stare, said nothing. So Andrew's right here, standing right beside me. I'm here, and Jesus is right here. And he said nothing. So Andrew and I, we're looking back and forth like this. We're like, what's going on? So then we find in the back of our minds, you know what? Jesus is going to do something really amazing here. Well, I'm pretty sure all of you have heard about this story, and everyone's talking about it. So I'll share briefly about what happened, my side of the story. So at that time, Jesus just took the bread, and he thanked the Father for providing for us. And he broke the bread, and he broke the bread, and he broke the bread. Like, all of us disciples, we're so amazed. We didn't say a thing. We just took the bread, and we distributed it to the people. And while we did that, Jesus did the same thing with the fish. It was really amazing. It was just so amazing. You know, there's one basket. This is just one. And just look at this, how much food is left over. Well, back then, there were 12 baskets. Now think about it, 12 baskets. How convenient is that? 12 baskets, 12 of us disciples. So amazing, isn't it? You know, like I said before, when Jesus really wants to teach you something, he makes it so that you don't forget it, okay? And I just still can't believe that I doubted you.